U7 Buy provides the most convenient, fastest, and safest way to upgrade your team with numerous positive reviews and verified by top creators from different countries with 24/7 online customer support. Now you can enjoy an extra free coins for every order. Don't miss the opportunity for up to 4 million free coins. Use my code Inception for another 8% off. All right, guys, so the return of the market reviews. We didn't do this for League One because we didn't have the coins for it, but the way that live content has been going, it just makes sense to kind of start doing these again to get some consistency going. We'll see how far they kind of go for this year, because in previous years they used to do really well over time, but this year we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, team of the season, Bruno Fernandes, right? So 5'10", mostly explosive, 4-star, 5-star. Rolls wise, this is how he looks, right? So the thing about this card is that you could go down the route of giving him a shadow chemistry style and then using him in the center mid position. You could, right? Because they give you like the rolls and stuff for that. But very important to mention that with how cheap this card is on the market, because I don't think he's expensive at all. He's a player that sorry, I don't know why. It's weird when you press circle. Sometimes it backs out of the whole thing. I don't know why it does that. Anyways, yeah, in the center mid position, like he has intercept, but this is a card that you're probably gonna have to put towards an evolution or some sort of thing that gives him like that 4th playstyle plus, because I've actually seen some people already adding that 4th playstyle plus. Like I've seen a guy add Tiki Talk on him and stuff like that. But he would definitely need a defensive improvement to be played in the center mid position. Like this isn't the beginning of FIFA where it's like you don't have a lot of, because Bruno in the beginning of FIFA didn't have that many defensive capabilities, but his passing was good enough for you to consistently use him in that area, but he didn't do defensive stuff. But now it's like you have players that can pass and do defensive stuff, so it's more preferable to do that. So because of that, this card is formatted for the cam position, right? On specifically the Playmaker plus, unless you give him some sort of role that changes that in the future, right? But on the engine, you would have improved pace, improved dribbling, and then your passing is improved, but then your shooting is on the lower side, right? So that's why these players are generally cheaper, right? But regardless, we'll be trying him out in the cam position. We're going to see how he plays, and hopefully he's a beast. Didn't time that one correctly. Would have been nice though if I got it though. Whoa, so actually would have been a good build-up play there. Nice defensive play there. Huh. Would have been nice to get that for the review on Bruno Guimaraes, huh? But good build-up play there. Beauty of a pass. Oh, I tried. Unlucky. Oh. Pass there. With the keeper. Had the space to shoot right away. Typical meta goal, but we'll take it. We'll take that. Good play. Passing play. take that. Well done. Nice. Build up play. But that's why it's always good to have finesse shots with strong foot on the opposite side. Oh, if he was a bit faster there. There we go. Build up. I haven't gotten into goal scoring opportunities with him because he's not really that type of player, right? Like he's mainly there to just be like the passing guy, facilitate the play in that sense, right? He's just stuff like that, right? Nice. Good movements, good movements. That one was unlucky. Gotta do that extra pass right there, yeah. Yeah, that one I gotta do. It was there, to be fair. It was there. Because when you get too close to the goalkeeper, it's cooked. Unlucky. It was a good through pass, though. Nice. Just keeps it in there. It's perfect. Oh, he took a little bit of extra touches there, but we have the passing angle there for the easy goal. Ooh, if he like utilized that space that was there in the middle, that would have been perfect. There it is. Yeah. I think I have like I should have a few assists with him, right? Again, you use him in that playmaker way, right? Where it's like, yo, my passing is really good. Oh, I try to like get him a little bit with the small movements there. Nice, good passing play. Well weighted. Completely lucky. But again, you know, through passes, pinged pass, right? Like with playmakers, guys, like they do sometimes get into positions to score, but in order for you to score more goals with them, it's mainly because you put them on a shadow striker. You know what I mean? That one's gonna be too late, yeah. Gonna be too late on that one. I wanted to see if I could do like a first time pass there. Would have been cool if I could have. Didn't even register like to do a full pass there. That was weird. That was an insane through pass. Nice. Build up play. That one goes through his legs there. Typical meta. That one's typical. That one's typical. There we go. Timed that one really well, actually. I had to switch him to Shadow Striker for a little bit for the sake of it, but meta-wise, you're not going to do this. Like, because of the way that he generally dribbles and stuff too, like he really feels like a center mid that you're using at cam. Because like dribbling like that in the center mid position, like you don't care about. In the cam position, like you definitely want to work with someone like a Fermin or something, you know? Definitely makes more sense. But again, it's the passing that you would generally work with the most, like doing that, and then boom, one more, and then you score the typical meta goal like that, right? But it's again, it's situations like that where you could do like a small little incisive pass, you do the whole cutback meta. Yeah, you give him an engine under pressure, that shot's not going to come off crazy. Nice, had to time that. If we didn't time that, we would have been cooked right there. Unlucky. Gonna get a defensive play there with him there. Yep, there it is. Just wait for certain runs. You're good to go. Crazy first time pass. Okay, so guys, let's talk about the Bruno Fernandes card, right? So the way that this card performs in the game, generally speaking, is, and it's basically EA telling you that we're giving you a card for you to do an evolution on, right? So whatever upgrade that you can do in the future is what you have to look into the most. Because, in my opinion, this card and the way that he dribbles, it's meant to be used as a center mid, but he's not currently formatted for the center mid position. So that's why he's so cheap, right? 64k for the card is really low. Maybe they're going to drop an evolution sometime during this team of the season that increases certain parts of the card, right? Like, for instance, if you can provide him with an anticipate and then you give him a defensive boost, that's like the main thing that I'm looking at. Because for the majority of the review, we were using him in the cam position, and what you notice the most in this card is that you're supposed to use him in that playmaker sort of role, because all you want him to do the entire time is just pass the ball, right? That's all you want him to do. You just want him to be in positions to pass the ball, because he's going to dribble a specific way as well, right? He doesn't really have like a press proven or a press proven plus to be a little bit more agile. I think in that sense, people are definitely going to prefer someone like a Fermin Lopez, right? Because Fermin, obviously, with that recent upgrade, like I know that team of the season is out, right? But like price-wise for what the card is at, right? He has 99 dribbling stats with a regular press proven. Like stuff like that is going to be I think, a little bit more helpful to work with because he's more agile, right? And I think that's going to be very important to consider, because with Bruno's card, on that shadow chemistry style, he's not really there just yet for the center mid position in defensive stats, right? Like, it just reminds me of a card that, like, in the beginning of the year was great to use as a center mid when there wasn't that many like crazy meta center mid type players. But now it's like, if you use them as a third center mid, then you're perfectly fine, because they, the intercept will compensate for the interceptions being on the lower part. But yeah, it's definitely a card that they released to the general public to put evolutions towards and to upgrade him in certain ways. So what should you focus on, doing with this card? I would focus mainly on making him a center mid, right? Increasing the defense, giving him more defensive play styles, because if you were to do that with all the passing capabilities that he has, it is fantastic to work with, right? He would just need more defensive things to be a little bit more meta to work with in a general sense. On the engine, he's definitely very usable in the cam position, mainly on that playmaker role. Like, you don't really want to dribble too much with the card. You just want to like pass and go. Like, when we're doing these like first time passes and we're working with those sort of attacking plays, he's going to be very solid in that sense, right? So the play styles that you end up giving him is going to dictate where you want to specifically play him, right? If you want to play him as a cam, you got to focus more on increasing pace, giving him more dribbling stuff, maybe a press proven, right? If you use him as a center mid, then you could definitely focus on increasing defensive stats and then giving him defensive play styles for him to work in those areas. Does he have a lot of potential? He absolutely does, because of the passing play styles that he has. Passing play styles in this game is a really, really big deal, and you score a lot of really nice opportunities because of it. But yeah, definitely gotta go in those sort of directions if you do end up improving him. But yeah, we'll leave it there for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. We'll see how transfer market reviews do, because the main focus, honestly, is trying out tactics while doing the player reviews, because I think the player reviews are more fodder in the background sort of videos, but the tactics is what people want to see the most. So once we use one, we move on to the next one. So yeah, this one will be for the 4-2-3-1 wide. But yeah, I'll see you guys for the next video. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.